Ahoy!
Welcome to episode 14 of Bottom of the Stream.
I'm Nick.
I am Adam.
Back on board the boat.
Back on board the stream boat.
Vessel?
Yeah. Boat. I like boats better. Vessel sounds like blood. Weird.
Okay.
Before we get started, if you want to follow us on all the social medias, please do. Instagram is BOTS_podcast, the same as Twitter, BOTS_podcast, Facebook.com/bottom of the stream. Email address is bottomofthestream@gmail.com, and the website is bottomofthestream.podbean.com, where you will find the stream table and every episode that we've produced so far. All 13 of them, plus the bonus one
Yeah.
from a few weeks ago. Are we ready to talk about this week's film?
Yes.
Let's go. So what have we got this week?
We have got an Irish film.
An Irish film. We're getting all around the countries.
Oh.
It is called The Cured.
Yeah.
It is from 2017. It's 15 and it's an hour and 35 minutes long. Currently rated at 5.5 on IMDb.
So, this is directed by a chap called David Frayne, and it is his debut as a director.
It is indeed. First and so far only film.
And it's got quite a familiar face in it.
Yeah. Ellen Page is in it.
Yeah.
She plays an American journalist.
Yeah, she's also a producer of this film.
Is she really?
Mm. I'm just surprised that someone of that fame
be in a film like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it just kind of goes to say what we've been saying.
Yeah.
It's surprising who pops up at the bottom of the stream.
Yeah, definitely. It is weird.
So I had no knowledge of this film.
No, not me.
Whatsoever.
No, never heard of it.
Before it came up on
Don't
our
have
list.
a great knowledge of Irish cinema, but no, I hadn't heard of this film. So what is the premise?
So the premise of The Cured is basically there has been a zombie outbreak.
Yep.
And there has been an antidote.
Yep.
Or a cure, you will. Invented.
Yep.
Invented?
Do you invent a
Manufactured?
cure? Designed? No, not designed.
And rolled out.
Yeah.
So...
Successfully.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
75% of the...
75% of the people who are infected
are now cured. Yeah.
However, there is a catch.
Yeah.
If you were a zombie and you are now cured, you still retain all your memories of the things you did when you were a zombie.
Yes.
And that's a cool little twist.
Yeah, I like that. I do like that little twist. And this film's basically about them being integrated back into society.
It is.
Being released from the compound where they were. We've got a one-word review?
Bleak.
Bleak. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Anyway, shall we talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so where do we start?
The virus that infected everyone is called the Maze virus.
Yeah.
Which has obviously connotations to Ireland.
Yeah.
That is the name of a very famous political prison.
Yes. So they're not traditional zombies. They're not back from the dead zombies. They're infected zombies.
Yes. And as we say, everyone who's been cured remembers everything they did when they were infected.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, it really is.
So we start off with this guy who's being told that he's being released and he's going to be integrated back into the society, but he must report into the military every week.
So they're essentially on parole.
Yeah.
The ex-zombies.
Yeah.
So this is our main character, who is Senan.
Yes, Senan.
Senan.
But obviously the general Joe public are not happy about this.
No.
This is the third wave of releases, reintegrations, and the first two haven't gone well. And there are protests in the streets, they're being attacked. Not good times in Ireland.
No, civil unrest.
Yeah.
So Senan, what are we calling him?
Senan.
Because
that's his name.
Okay, fine. I'm glad you're here. So Senan is, as you say, been released back into society, and he is going to be fostered, or looked after by his sister-in-law.
Yeah, she becomes like his sponsor.
Yeah. And
so his brother's wife.
Yes, and his sister-in-law is Abby, who is played by Ellen Page.
Yes.
And
she has a son.
She has a young son called Killian.
And her husband killed during the zombie issues.
Yes, he did not make it through.
He did not. So he starts having lots of flashbacks, and cause obviously he has these memories of when he was a murderous zombie.
Yeah.
So they're keeping him awake at night, as they would.
Yeah, there's lots of flashbacks to him sort of deeply breathing with blood dripping down his hands and his shoes. And
it's grim.
Yeah.
He also has a friend who he met during his zombiness.
Yeah, so Connor. Played by Tom Vaughan Lawler.
Yes.
Who, did you know he was in the Avengers?
Is he?
Infinity War and Endgame.
Who was he in Endgame? In Infinity War.
He is one of Thanos' goons.
Oh, really?
You know, the magician guy.
Oh, is that him?
That's what. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Is it Ebony Moore? I think. It's
Yeah,
called.
something like that.
Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, there you go.
So we talk about Ellen Page being a big star. This guy's been in 2 of the biggest films of all time.
Yeah. So Connor is released at the same time as
Senan.
I'll get her. Give me a minute.
I had struggles last week, so you can struggle this week.
And Connor goes back to see his dad,
Yeah.
and his dad rejects him
Completely
and basically
rejects
says,
him.
"You are a monster.
Yeah.
Do not come back here."
Get away from me. Senan's given a job.
Yeah.
Back at the facility as a porter.
Yeah. So
Hospital porter.
at the zombie hospital, as I've noted it down. The hospital.
Yes. The hospital.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah,
And
so he's given a job as a hall porter, moving people around and...
Yeah. And Connor is given a job as a cleaner.
Yes.
So they are sort of reintegrated in society with real sort of menial
jobs.
jobs. Senan, he works with a doctor, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Who was trying to cure
The
people who are still
the
infected.
remaining 25%.
Yeah, so those who didn't at first react to the antidote, they've not given up on it.
People who've got it bad.
An important plot point comes up because the woman who they're sort of testing
Yeah.
and experimenting on will not attack him because he's basically part zombie.
Yeah, because she basically says it's like chicken pox.
Yeah.
You can't catch it twice.
Yeah.
So once you've been infected, the infected will not attack you.
Yeah.
A bit like when people in The Walking Dead put on the skins of the other people.
And then another important plot point is sort of told to us via, and this seems to happen a lot. We've noticed this quite a lot as a trope to give us plot points in the films we've seen so far. So there's a news article. There's a news bulletin in the background playing on TV. This must have happened 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, it happened last week.
In the 14 films we watched.
Yeah, it happened in the Wait Forever instructions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It does. Happens a lot.
And then the bulletin says the government is going to execute the 25% of
they're just
infected.
going to wipe them out. They can't cure them, so we'll just wipe them out.
Yeah.
And we're all solved then. Everybody's happy. Connor gets confronted by the army man.
Yeah, I've kind of called him parole officer, but
He
he is full on military. So he's sergeant something. We'll come to it.
I've written it down somewhere, but not at this point. So he confronts Connor at work and says, "You've been skipping work. I mean, he's to learn to obey and stop harassing your family."
He says, "Stop harassing your family. They don't want you
anymore.
back.
It is not your world anymore." That's the line he uses. Senan's still having his dreams. Then Connor goes to meet Abby in the park.
Yeah.
Abby being Ellen Page's character. And he tells her that he was a barrister before the outbreak.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said barista.
He's in a coffee shop.
He works in a coffee shop, but he was a barrister. She's a journalist.
He was a barrister and he was running for election
Yeah. So
prior to being infected.
Yeah, so he's obviously not accepting his new life as a cleaner.
Yeah.
Quite rightly.
And she wants to know where Senan was the night before. Because he went out all night.
He's been disappearing overnight.
And she thinks Connor might know something.
Yeah.
It also becomes apparent that Abby has had her house or door graffitied with some anti-zombie or anti-cured graffiti. So
the cured are treated like a race now. They're known as the cured, and
so this is all ratcheting up the tension.
Yeah,
which is pretty well done.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Senan is starting to empathise with this test subject.
Yeah, this lady in the hospital bed. For some reason, they're treating inside a swimming pool.
Yeah,
an empty swimming pool.
Yeah,
I don't really understand why, but that's what was happening.
You can't build a hospital app from scratch, I suppose.
No, I suppose not, but it's just a bit odd. He said he can feel it when he's around her, he can feel it trying to get out of him.
Yeah.
So 2 soldiers come in while they're working on her and try and take this lady out.
Yeah, and they basically give her a bit of a beating.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't tell if they were going to do something horrible to her or what. But anyway, they end up beating Senan up.
Yeah.
As he's trying to protect her. And they kill her, don't they?
Yeah. The zombie.
Yeah. Then we see all this unrest that's going on the street.
Yeah.
And Connor is basically trying to rally the troops, isn't he, of the Cured?
Yeah, he's formed an alliance called the Cured Alliance.
So he's worried that once this genocide's happened on these 25% of infected people who can't be cured, that they'll be next.
Yeah, why would they stop there?
Yeah. Again, with obvious political parallels to Ireland's past.
It was definitely trying to tell this story, wasn't it?
The resistance starts using bombs, Molotovs on what Connor says is empty targets.
Yeah.
So no one will get hurt. They're just trying to
make
cause a scene.
Yeah.
Turns out they've bombed the homes of 5 defence volunteers, i.e. military personnel. And Senan has helped out.
Yeah.
So he throws one of the Molotovs.
Because Senan's still obviously getting his flashbacks, and the doctor woman who he's working with, they have a bit of a moment, don't they?
Yeah.
They're sitting on the edge of the empty swimming pool. And she says to him, now that you're cured, you get to choose who you want to be. He takes that on board a little bit, I think. Abby confronts him, asks him if he's involved with the Cured Alliance, which he denies. And she tells him a little bit about what happened during the outbreak. So she says it was 2 years before they were allowed to re-enter the city.
Yeah.
That she basically lived on her own with the son in that time. And they have a bit of a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And it turns out the doctor's test subject that they're trying to cure and who Senan's starting to feel close to was actually her ex-partner, and she helped the doctor find the cure in the first place. Ellen Page then does some, I've called it dead husband acting. So she gets to chew a bit of scenery and shed a few tears and show how good an actress she is.
Yeah.
And then Senan sort of asks her, how far outside the city can we go? Where are we safe?
Yeah.
And they just go.
Because it's still an exclusion zone around.
They go and have a moment on top of the hills.
Yeah,
don't
they go to the spot where they used to go as kids and,
Yeah.
and have a look over the city.
And it's like, I suppose that's put in this film to give a brief glimpse of, maybe life can get back to normal, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But that doesn't last very long.
No, it doesn't, because that night they're having dinner and Connor shows up.
Yeah.
And there's quite an awkward encounter while he's sitting at the table because the kid's there. Senan's there. He obviously doesn't want Connor there either. And he says to Abby, could you ever forgive the man who killed Luke, who was her husband?
Yes, and what does Connor know?
Connor knows he did kill Luke.
Who killed Luke?
Senan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a whole scene explaining how Senan got turned, who turned him, and how Luke didn't make it because Senan took him out.
Yeah.
After he got turned. Yeah. I don't know if Abby finds that out at that point. I don't.
No, she doesn't find it out until later.
No.
So Senan then is trying to sort of break his ties with the Resistance because he's all the way through this. He's bonding more with Abby and with Killian.
He's trying to reintegrate himself into society, and it's kind of working. But at the same time, he's got this devil on his shoulder who's Connor.
Yeah, and this big secret hanging over.
And this big secret hanging over him that he killed his own brother. And
he's obviously worried that at any point Connor's going to sort of drop this bombshell.
Yeah.
The parole officer then comes and talks to Abby, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he basically lets her know, I've got
Cantor.
Okay.
Sergeant Cantor.
I've got my eye on Senan, I've got my eye on Connor, I suspect they're involved with this resistance stuff. What do you know? And he sort of says, the infected, they weren't as stupid as you think.
Yeah, they weren't mindless zombies.
They were communicating with each other.
Yeah, they were communicating, they were hunting together, deciding who to kill, not just killing at random. They're not mindless zombies. So Abby, being a journalist, decides that she's going to try and go into the undercover in the Cured Alliance.
Yeah, so she
kind of really indiscreetly breaks in and just spotches them from the stairs.
She's terrible. She literally lasts 10 seconds before she gets spotted.
Yeah, some woman spots her, and then she gets away from her, and then she just stands on the stairs watching him for a door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a wide open door, and then Connor just turns around. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there. Bollocks. That was bollocks. I thought that scene was awful.
So she's onto him, obviously. She's onto Connor.
She tells Connor to stay away from Senan, and then they kind of gang up on her and chase her away.
Yeah, she managed to escape from this meeting house where they are. And then Connor goes to the doctor's house.
Yes.
Well, we're not sure why. There's a few times in this film where I absolutely bobbed my pants.
Really?
Yeah. Because I'm watching it on my iPad with headphones on as well.
Oh, okay.
And there's one here where there's a knock on Abby's door and she goes out into the back garden.
Yeah.
And then someone taps her on the shoulder. I absolutely jumped through the ceiling. And it was just Senan.
It was just Senan. Yeah.
But they turn around, go back in the house, and then a balaclava breaks in.
Yeah, a balaclava.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets whacked around the head with a bat.
Beats up Senan and writes cured scum on the wall.
Yeah. Just imagining you just crapping yourself.
Yeah.
Senan then, after he's been attacked, goes back to Connor and tells him that he was right, that he can't keep them safe. Can't keep Abby and Killian safe. Then who should be at the table with Connor in the Cured Alliance?
It's the doctor he's been working with, Dr. Lyons.
Yeah, because obviously she doesn't want the cured taken out, or the uncured taken out, because she's the one trying to save them.
Yeah, so they all want to help save this 25%.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
the military storms this meeting place.
Yeah, they get ambushed. Connor manages to get away, but Cantor gets Senan.
Yeah.
And he asks him to give up Connor because Connor's the one that infected Senan.
Yeah.
So it's all convoluted. You infected me, but I don't like you anymore. So at this point, Senan tells Abby that it was him. He confesses at this point.
Yeah.
He says, it was me. Connor infected me, but I killed Luke.
Yeah.
She has a meltdown. She throws him out of the house, and they go their separate ways. Cantor arrests Connor and Senan.
Yeah, so Senan does lead the military to him.
Yeah, he does. Gives him up.
And Senan cuffs himself at the request of the sergeant.
Yeah.
And then Connor glasses the fuck out of Sergeant Cantor.
I've written Connor annihilates him. He stabbed him in the neck a lot.
With a broken bottle.
With a broken bottle. Because he realised that Senan sold him out. Senan told Connor he couldn't let him go through with it. Realised he's probably planning something bigger.
Yeah. And this is where things kick off.
Yeah, it all goes mad from here.
So the resistance invade the military hospital. And they pick off a load of the military guys.
Yeah.
Get into the control room. Turns out they just wanted Dr. Lyons so she could open all the cell doors that have got the infected in them. And they let them out.
Yeah. And they all get out.
There's a car bomb that opens the front gate.
Yeah.
And they're out into the real
world. So we get a zombie outbreak in a film that's set post a zombie outbreak.
Yeah.
Which I thought was quite interesting. But the thing I liked about, I'm going to go for it. The thing I liked about this film was that it was different and it was set after a zombie apocalypse, which I've never seen before.
Okay.
And then you still get your zombie apocalypse. And I didn't like it. I just didn't like the fact that they thought we're going to make a different zombie film, but we still need to go with the tropes of a zombie film.
Do you think that's because they felt, because it is bleak, I'm not going to say it's slow, because it's not.
It's not slow.
It's not a slow film. Did it need
It needed something. It needed a set
They
piece,
felt that they needed all the action and the gore in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think it needed it?
No.
So because I kind of think the characters were probably strong enough.
Yeah, I agree.
That you didn't necessarily have to have them.
No, I think they just thought, we've made a zombie film, we need to put some zombies in it. And it really, I honestly don't think it needed it.
And some blood and guts and stuff.
Yeah. So all these zombies get out.
One of them doesn't.
One of them doesn't. One of them's just sitting on its bed.
Yeah. And which one is that?
That is Joe.
Yeah. Who is the test subject
that they've been working on all the way through.
So Dr. Lyons sees this from the control room.
Yeah.
And she realised she's managed to cure
the
incurable.
Yes. But she realises
really bad timing, isn't it?
Really bad timing.
So she goes down to her cell.
Yeah.
Sits next to her lover.
Yeah.
I know I about crap myself at this point as well.
I must admit, this bit did make me jump. So they're having a kiss. And
Dr. Lyons gets
wiped out by a zombie.
Yeah.
I've even written nearly pooed.
I just put shit, exclamation mark.
That did make me jump because you don't see it. There's a really tender moment between two women. And then this one, she just gets speared and taken out by this zombie.
Abby picks a couple off in the street.
Yeah.
A couple of zombies off. And then gets herded into an exclusion zone / they're evacuating people. Yes,
she hasn't got Killian.
Killian's at school.
Yeah.
But she's on the back of a lorry and Senan's kind of running up to her, isn't he? And she says, go and get Killian.
Which he does.
So that's his mission.
Yeah. So he gets him.
Just before we get to that, so I've written here, I've got a question. I don't know if you picked up on the same thing. So there's a couple of shots here as these zombies are sort of wandering around and being all murdery and zombie. Obviously Connor's walking among them because he's a cured person. And there's a couple of times where he gets really close to them.
Yeah.
And he's like, they put their foreheads together. So am I supposed to, he's talking to them and commanding them almost?
That's what I understood, that he was like telling them, telepathically commanding them. But I don't know if that's what they were doing, but that's how I understood it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I presumed.
Yeah. So Senan does get Killian.
Yeah.
Connor's watching him though.
Yeah, he's sort of creepily walking, chasing them without even having to run, isn't he? Yeah.
Because now they're getting chased by the zombies because Killian isn't cured.
Yeah.
So the zombies are after him, even though Senan's carrying him. They kind of get split up. They fall over. Something happens.
Senan lets Killian go, doesn't he?
Yeah, he tells him to run.
He tells him to run. So they're in like a multi-story car park.
Yeah.
And Connor corners Senan and beats him up, basically.
Yeah, he does. He absolutely wails on him.
But then the military turn up and shoot Connor.
Yeah, he takes a bullet. He's dying in the floor. Senan leaves him.
Yeah.
Leaves him to die and goes to try and help Killian, save Killian, find Killian. Killian's a cool name, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a good name.
I like
isn't it?
saying that.
Good Irish name.
Yeah.
So he does that. Killian's hid under a car,
Yeah.
and there's a load of zombies sort of grabbing at him, trying
Yeah.
to get his ankles. But Senan manages to get him.
Yeah, he kills them all. You don't see it. You just hear it from Killian's perspective of them all dying. But when they go back, Connor's gone.
Yeah.
He's not there. He's not where he died anymore.
Yeah, and then meanwhile in this sort of
Containment?
evacuation containment camp,
Containment camp.
Abby realises that because she's never been infected, and that all those people are separated from those people who are cured.
Yeah.
And again, that was just a neat little detail. I think.
Yeah.
Just again to build the tension and this sort of between all these.
Because they weren't letting the cured into this camp.
Yeah. She causes a distraction.
Yeah, she spits on a soldier.
Yeah. And they sort of storm
Yeah,
the fence and she escapes. So she goes home.
Yeah. Because, she gets out. There's a kind of fuffle going on and she manages to go home. She's trying to find Killian, obviously, but he isn't there. And then there's a bit of a Home Alone kind of moment. As she's looking around the house, they're at the door.
Yeah.
Killian and Senan walk in. And there's a nice moment between the three of them until the unthinkable happens.
Yeah, there's a zombie, isn't there?
There's a zombie and it attacks Killian.
Yeah. But Senan kills it.
But Senan kills it.
And then in the absolute classic zombie trope, you think everyone's okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
Someone got bit.
Killian got bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not good. Senan says to Abby, I know where the cure is.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. He knows that Dr. Lyons can help cure him. And he takes Killian.
Yeah. Leaves Abby there. Then we kind of jump forward a little bit in time, don't we? For the final scene.
Yeah. Did you notice the posters on the telegraph poles as she was walking down? Abby's walking down the streets. There's a load of posters, and it's Connor, and it says Connor Ryan, vote for Connor Ryan, voice of the cured.
Yeah.
So he's back into politics.
Yeah. And there's another news report going on in the background.
Yeah.
And it says the government are ready to announce Ireland infection free. But then there's suddenly a breaking news report that interrupts the news report. It says we have found a pocket of infected somewhere
in the south of
the country. Abby starts crying, and that's because Senan and Killian are there with these infected.
Yeah.
And the last scene in the film is Senan walking away with Killian in his arms. The end.
Yeah.
Grim.
Yeah.
There's no happy ending for that one.
No. So they're still grouping together.
Yeah.
Trying to find a cure. So, I guess what it is intimating is that even though Dr. Lyons was gruesomely killed, she did manage to cure her partner, who walks out of the prison.
Yeah.
Seemingly
okay,
not a zombie.
Yeah. Plus, she was a zombie. She was a doctor as well before it. So,
and I guess we're supposed to take that.
Yeah.
She may have been with them, but that's up to your interpretation.
Yeah.
What did you think of this film?
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it. I thought it was boring.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you'd like this.
No, I didn't. I didn't like it, and it was really grim, and there wasn't enough happening for me. I like the idea to set a film after a zombie apocalypse, but it was too political. There wasn't enough to it.
It's all obviously very allegorical.
Absolutely.
The Troubles in Ireland.
It is. They're basically telling the story of the Troubles in Ireland without telling the story of the Troubles in Ireland. But, I don't know. I like the concept. I didn't like the execution.
I thought it had some really, really strong performances in it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Some of the
main characters.
Some of the strongest performances we've seen.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought Tom Vaughan Lawler, who played Connor, was
excellent.
Really good.
I'd agree.
I thought he was
the guy who played Senan was really good as well.
Yeah, I thought Tom Vaughan Lawler was an excellent villain.
Sam Keeley was the guy who played Senan.
Yeah.
Those three, I thought, and Helen Page, I thought those three were really good. But I think the script let them down. I don't know. I just found it boring.
I quite enjoyed it. I didn't find it boring. I didn't think it was long enough to be boring. I mean, it's not right up there for me, but I'm surprised. I thought you'd be more positive on it than that.
It's got something missing, and I don't know what. I can't put my finger on what it is. I mean, I love a zombie film, and I like the idea of setting it after a cure of a zombie outbreak. But I don't know, the fact that it was just a little bit too political, and I honestly don't think that would happen. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but if you're going to cure a zombie outbreak, I don't know. Obviously, I'm being ridiculous, but it didn't sit right. It didn't feel right that that's how they would be treated afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
You mean you'd just be happy to have your brother back, or you?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fair point.
And I also don't think you'd hold them accountable for what they did while they were zombies.
Because it wasn't them. Yeah, that is just fair enough. That is a bit of a stretch.
That's what didn't sit. And after I realised that, I was like, I'm not really... And I didn't enjoy it. And I don't know. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah. I'm quite surprised. Like I say, I thought the performance was really strong. There was a couple of times where it really did scare me. So it didn't pull up any threes for me, but I thought it was fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there was always going to be a couple that we don't agree on.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened very often, so it'll be interesting now because we're.
Having said that,
go on.
Would I recommend it to anyone?
No.
I probably wouldn't say go out your way to watch it. Yeah, it's just. I
don't see who it's marketed at, because if there's people out there wanting to watch a zombie film, then there's plenty of good zombie films out there, and I don't know who is going to get anything out of it, because it isn't a zombie film, even though they do that 10-minute zombie outbreak towards the end. It isn't a zombie film, and I don't really know how I would describe it as a film. It's a film about Ireland, troubles in Ireland.
Yeah.
So we've come to that point in the show where we add this to our stream table. Where's it going?
I've gone first the last couple of times, so you can have first stab at it if you want.
Okay.
You can have first bite.
It's definitely mid to bottom end of the table for me. I'm looking at two films. I've got it written down in front of me. I'm looking at two films, one that I enjoyed and one that I didn't really enjoy. And I think it sits in the middle of them. And I think it sits in the middle of Bottom of the World in the package.
Well, I thought that's what you were looking at.
Because The Bottom of the World is a very similar film. But this film is better than the package. But The Bottom of the World is better than this film.
So, personally, I think I enjoyed this more than Bottom of the World.
Ooh.
But I am not passionate enough about this to argue.
Honestly, do you genuinely think it's a better film than Bottom of the World?
I think I enjoyed it more.
Okay. But is it a better film than Bottom of the World?
I think that for me they're pretty interchangeable, because I remember saying the same thing about Bottom of the World. It didn't really.
Yeah,
they were both just. I'm not going back to either of them ever again.
Yeah,
I'm not really recommending them to anyone. So yeah, I'm quite happy for it to go there.
Yeah, so it's between Bottom of the World and the package, so that puts it in 9th.
Yeah,
9th of 14.
Yeah,
happy with that?
Yeah,
excellent. Okay, yeah. Do you want to pick next week's film?
Yes.
Okay, what we're going to get next week? Let me open the app. There it is. Are you ready?
Go for it.
It has picked Hotbot.
Okay.
Ever heard of Hotbot?
No.
No, mate. Let's bring it up on IMDb and see what it's all about. Hotbot is a 2016 film that is a 15. It's an hour and 26 minutes long and is described as a comedy sci-fi.
Okay.
Comedy. Oh. The synopsis says Hotbot is the hilarious journey of two sexually repressed and unpopular teenage geeks who accidentally discover a real-life supermodel sex bot.
Oh my god.
I don't like a synopsis when it uses the word hilarious, but we'll go from there. Do you want to watch the trailer?
Yeah.
So are you telling me that $500,000 just wandered off into the woods?
No one's going to find her, Senator.
If anyone does find her and plugs her in, we will know.
What? You hit a girl and you knocked off all of her clothes!
Tell me you know where she is. Don't tell me, though, just nod. You know where she is? You know who took her? You know who took her, right?
What are you gentlemen doing this evening?
Nothing.
You smell funny.
I was calculating how much time we're both gonna do for this.
This is the first time you've had a girl in your bed, dead or alive. This is a positive step forward.
She's not, real.
Huffy, she's a fucking robot.
Which one of you wants to fuck me first?
What?
Congratulations. You boys are the proud owners of a state-of-the-art, full-fledged fucking machine.
How about you turn me on?
No girls in your room.
You're being a cockblock.
What did you just say to me?
He's implying that you're preventing his penis from entering my vagina.
Well, thank you for breaking down cockblock for me.
Where's the bot?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What did those men want?
They want you.
The problem is, she doesn't even know she's a robot.
She doesn't know. Her wires are all crossed.
Bring Bardo back.
There's a happy ending for everyone. I give to you the future.
We have no chance. We all die together.
You would die for me?
You know, some people fall in love with their cars. I fell in love with a robot.
Kill him.
We're not giving her back.
No, wait. I want to kill him. Bring him by the house.
Would either one of you boys care to explain the $76,000 worth of charges to Hotbot Incorporated?
No?
Cover your eyes. This ain't gonna be pretty.
Gross and awesome at the same time.
Keep it real. Next time, pick on boys your own size.
Okay, that was the trailer for Hotbot. What do you think?
I'm so excited.
It's like a weird science remake by the
Yeah.
looks of it. I'm not sure if I'm excited, but I'm going to go out there and watch it. Please go out there and watch it as well, and we'll be back next week to talk about it.
Cheers.
Thanks. Bye.